away from the critical and vitally important issues that the Zambian people want to be focusing on. The Zambian people that need to be focusing on. Look, do you think the Patriotic Front would rather engage in a discussion around corruption and how corruption has cost this country well in excess of $10 billion in the years that the Patriotic Front have been in power? Do you think they would rather engage in that conversation? Only yesterday we had a report from the Parliamentary Committee on Health and Social Development, where a permanent secretary from the Ministry of Finance was chased because they could not provide the right kind of responses at how the Patriotic Front have squandered close to 400 million kwacha of social cash transfer funds because they have been diverting this money to running by-elections. By-elections they have been instigating. So do you think the Patriotic Front would rather engage in that discussion? Do you think the PF would rather engage in a conversation about how broken the economy is and how difficult it is for ordinary men and women, hard-working Zambians, to just be able to put food on the table, be able to afford healthcare, and be able to afford education? Do you think they would rather engage in that discussion? Do you think the Patriotic Front would want to engage in the unprecedented failed energy sector, which now has been underpinned by spikes in the cost of electricity, spikes in the cost of fuel? Do you think they would rather engage in that conversation because they know Zambians are hurting as a consequence of their failed policies in these areas? So what do? They engage in a discussion that is going to divert the attention of Zambians away from all of these things. And they know that tribalism is an emotive issue. They know the emotions of Zambians are going to rage high the moment they engage it. And the UPND are saying, we are not going to engage in this conversation because we know it is a non-issue in as far as ordinary Zambians are concerned. This is not the issue that we talk about when we are in our homes, when we are in our social circles. This is not the issue that we talk about because generally and inherently, we are a cohesive society across the 173 tribes. You cannot drive that apart. It's practically impossible. So to even begin this conversation is a non-starter for us.